Right now we're going real slow.
You don't feel like it.
See those things right there? They say slow, no wake.
Yeah.
I went into the wrong area one time, not paying attention.
Yeah.
I get distracted, and I got a ticket, like $150 or something. So we've only been here a minute, and I already got a fish on. He got off. He took my minnow. So I'm feeling hopeful. Yeah, that was a nice hit. And he took my bait. Took my bait! Ah, he got a little perch. He got off. That's good. He's too small to eat. But you had a fish on. So you don't have to jerk the pole too hard. All these species, like I said, they have a very large mouth. So as soon as you just tighten the line up a little bit, like if I had a bite on this right now, see this right here?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do much more than just go like that, okay?
Yeah.
All right? And I raised it up, but not real hard. Well, this one didn't get off. He's not very big, but he is a crappie, and he's the reason I'm here. Let's catch little crappies. Now, if he was closer to 9 inches, he would definitely be good table fare. Yep. They're getting busy here, bud. This is 4 or 5 fish we've had on in just a few minutes that we got here. And we're here at the worst possible time of day. This is not when you're supposed to be fishing. The fish are biting like crazy. They're doing so in the evening and just after dark. And I have to get home, take care of my mother, so we will not be staying after dark. What a beautiful time of year. Today's May 27th, and I believe, I'm really not certain, it is a Saturday. The temperature should peak at 78 degrees. That's a good day in Pennsylvania. Tommy has his first Sayre Lake fish in the boat. That's a nice little perch. You toss him back in. If he was a little bigger, I'd take him home and eat him. So, we're doing the same thing I always do. This is a 3-inch Kitech swim bait. I don't know the specific name of it. There's so many of them. Sometimes they vary dramatically in color, and light and dark, and markings. Sometimes not so much. I believe this to be some sort of a fingerling trout representation. And I catch a lot of fish. Lots of crappie, but lots of everything else as well with this lure. The 3-inch Kitech swim bait is my #1 favorite lure. My other pole over here, it's just kind of sitting on the bottom. It's got a weight on the bottom and 2 hooks up above that. Each of them has a minnow on it. You can put whatever you want on there. Any kind of worm, any kind of bait you want to put on there. But I like to use the minnows. And each of those hooks is attached as a drop shot. I'll show you what that is after a little bit, but basically it means that the hook is right on the main line. So it drops it directly below. And that's the one I've used to catch fish here today. I expect to catch a bunch more that way today before this trip is done. Still very early in the day, very warm. When the sun goes down and the air cools off and the water temperature drops a little bit, the fish will come in and they'll start biting, and we'll be catching one on every cast. You watch. I was just about to move us when I caught a nice fish. Boy, he's fighting like the devil. Oh yeah. You know why? Because I caught 2 simultaneously. And one just got off, but this one stayed on. I had 2 perch on. And this one is big enough for me to take him home and eat him. And I am going to eat him. I'm going to enjoy him immensely. Yeah, that's why I come out here. See there?
Yeah,
that's big enough to keep. They do get much bigger, but this one's big enough to keep. And in fact, I think it's probably, yeah, he's 10 1/4 inches. That's a good fish. I've been catching all these fish on the minnows, Oh, I just caught a nice bass on this 3-inch swim bait. Look at him. Oh, he's pretty. Come on, fishy. Come on. Yeah. I'm not going to net him because if he falls off, that would give me great pleasure. I actually never ever keep these guys, but rarely. So I want to release them nicely. Look at that beautiful smallmouth bass.
Goodie.
Oh, they can be. I just not in the habit of eating them. Oh, bye-bye, fishy. Boy, oh boy. He was ready to go. So, once again, 3-inch Kitech swim bait, and I have a 1/32, or is that a one? I think that might be a 1/16 ounce weight on the jig hook, and I tied it on with a loop knot so that it would move around there nicely. There's a little more motion, a little more activity, makes that bait a little more appealing. He moves more freely that way, and by golly, it worked. A smallmouth bass, pound for pound, fight so hard. They fight better than does a largemouth. They have that wide tail. Oh, one of them got away. I had 2 fish on and one got away. That's a beautiful crappie. Now, that's probably the 3rd time that I had 2 fish on. And these fish are so pretty this time of year. These young males take on these very dark markings because it's breeding season for them. Got to look your very best for those ladyfish, don't you? There you go, buddy. That was fun. We moved into the shallows. This is probably 10 feet of water here. Right away, I caught a largemouth bass. So this is my 4th species today. Smallmouth, largemouth, perch, and crappie. Give me a dandy. When they're young, they're unblemished. Their marks are quite defined, so they're just beautiful. Someday, his mouth is going to be as big as a bucket. There you go, my friend. See you another day. This is why I use double drop shot. Now, you'll get a look here, I hope, and you will see that I have 2 fish on. Now, one of them is pretty small. That other one, that's a nice crappie. That is a big crappie. And the hook you see is directly on the line with a tiny loop so that it moves around well, because these fish are alive and I want them to I want these minnows to be very attractive. So the way to do that is to let them move around well. That's a nice fish. Yep, this little guy's going to be big someday. Yep, 12.5 inches long. That is a very nice crappie. Anywhere in America, that's a nice crappie. Alrighty then. I just dropped my line over there right next to the tree stump, and I got onto this big fish that is ripping my line out. He's ripping my line out. He is so big. What in God's name is it? Or maybe, oh, you know what? He broke my line. He broke my line. Good Lord, that was a big fish. Yep, that's just a little perch, but he's fun to catch. You can see the color in the males, can't you? What? The males have the dark colors. Oh, yeah. That's from spawning. Oh my goodness. Yeah, bring him over here. Now go ahead. You want me to release him?
Yeah, he's too small to eat.
Oh, he's too small to eat. But you're using a nice big hook. You see how big their mouths are?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, go get another one. Now I gotta check and see if I even have any bait. Yep, I lost one of them. Yeah, the fish are getting real busy. We're having fun. Again, there's a weight on the bottom. This is 1 foot up. This is another, oh, maybe 14 inches up. More or less a foot. So on the bottom, 1 foot, 1 foot, 2 hooks. right next to the line here. I have them on there this time. Just to make it quick, I used a Palomar knot. But the Palomar knot does keep the hook. What? Yeah, they do. Nope.
Yeah, drop you in there and get a bite. That'd be something.
I've had them come up while I was playing around here. I had them come up and take it right at the top of the water. You literally, you see the bait floating on top just before you pull it out of there, and here they come and they take it. Oh, you got something, eh? Yeah, bring him in slow. Bring him in slow. You know what? Oh, he fought like the devil, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it's a pretty fish.
Caught him in the eye.
Yeah, just try to get away without poking him once more in the eye. And this isn't even our hot spot. We're going to move here in just a couple minutes. We're going to go over to the part of the lake where I expected him to go nuts.
Huh?
I dropped it in, and before I could mess with it, I had a fish on. Oh, he let go. That's because I had my brake too loose. I loosened my brake to be able to untangle my lines. There he is. I got him. Yeah, these guys are going crazy now, dude. This is that time of day people like me cherish. He's not big enough to eat, but he sure was fun to catch. And I think his daddy's in there. You got him? No, you're stuck on the bottom right here. We're very close to the bank here. That's probably 50 feet or 75 feet. No, it's probably 50 feet. And yet the fish are right here. It's quite deep. This is where, oh, quit talking, Sam. Keep catching. Quit talking and keep catching. Oh, that's a pretty one too. I'm going to measure him because I can. And if he's close to 9 inches, I'm going to keep him because we're allowed to keep 9 over and 9 under.
Yeah.
I bought a new one of these. I'm pretty sure I left my other one at a friend's. And this fish is over 9 inches, so he's actually, I can keep him as one of the larger fish. Oh, he's just under 9 inches. That's a little fish. We're going to catch a bunch more little ones and a whole bunch more big ones. It just occurred to me I have that other thing in the boat. Yes, I do. So, yeah, we're in 12 or 13 feet of water here near this bank. This is where the creek runs through.
Yeah, I know. Why are we getting bites here?
Oh, he was on there and he let go. I sure am having fun here, and that was another really nice bite. And I got him. Yep, I put it in. I got 3 or 4 bites, one right after the other. This is another one of these perch. I only wish these were bigger. We got one nice one in the cooler there, but they need to be bigger than that. Sure is pretty. Your bait doesn't have to be alive at times like this. So I'm going to recycle that one. I've had times when I caught 3 fish. Ah, the other one fell off. I've caught 3 fish on one dead fish. Didn't realize my camera was off, but I got 3 strikes in a row almost instantly after putting this guy in. Yep. want them to be almost 9 inches without being 9 inches. For the small half of our fish, we're allowed to have 10 fish each, so we can each have 5 little ones under 9 inches. And we're each allowed to have 5 big fish over 9 inches.
Where's your worms at?
They're inside there,
We're gonna use that
in that cooler. There's mealworms, which are very effective. There's a fish. And there's also waxworms in there, which are super effective. I catch these little fish, and they shake my baits off. And we are running out of baits. We're never going to run out of baits. We're just running out of minnows.
mealworm.
Yeah, let me have one of those. That's a waxworm. I'm just going to give it a minute, and then we're going to go, all right? I'm going to fish until I lose this minnow. How's that sound? Oh, I got him. Oh, I got him. I don't know if he took my minnow. If he did, I'm done. And if he's not... Oh, he never touched my minnow. I caught him on the waxworm. And I still have the waxworm. By golly. That's how that's supposed to work. Yeah. Catch the fish, release them, keep the bait, keep fishing. Well, I guess the gods want me to keep fishing. We're right here. There he is. Ooh, that feels like a nicer one. He's not. He's just feisty. Feisty little fish. Now you, sir, have made a mess of things. But thank you very much just the same. There's a bite. Oh, didn't take it. Come on, guys. Take it. Oh. 1 cast, 3 bites. 1 cast, 3 bites. And there's a fish. On the 4th bite. On the 4th bite.
And there's fish.
There's going to be a lot of these little guys for a while. And then the big ones will come in. That's how it always works. That's the plan. There's a bite. There's a bite. Take it. Got him. Wow. That was fun. Fun, fun, fun. And it's another small one. I need to catch some bigger ones because I need to fill a pan.